About to get underway here. My Twitch is being annoying. Can't see anything. Alright, looks like things are starting to load. Alright, we got VNX Carried in the one corner and Scallywag in the other. 4 laps of Road America here as we're about to load in. Looks like we're dealing with some spectate lag. They've probably already gotten underway. Just waiting for this loading symbol to go away if it ever does. And if it doesn't, this game is so broken beyond hope. Oh, we are here! And we're lights out. Oh my goodness, Carrie's starting with the lead. It looks like we're ghosted though. That is crazy work to have it as a ghosted lobby instead of with collisions. Nothing's separating the two right now. Let's hop on board with the driver behind. Or, okay, apparently that's not how it usually works. I'm struggling with the spectate here. God help me. Looks like Scallywag is doing a decent job holding up at the minute. Oh yes, okay, that's how you do it. Okay, now I figured it out. We're gonna ride on board here with Mr. Scallywag. Let's drop back a little bit on this second straight as we approach what I think is canonically turn 5, even though it looks like it should be turn 3. I don't know what dingus came up with that naming nomenclature for this track. Makes a big mistake in the turn 5 going deep as we go under the Corvette bridge. Carried is just cruising out here. I mean, this is already looking like a slaughter fest, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think we're gonna get to lap 4 with both cars still. Oh, and Carried's got off! Oh, that is a big mistake from VNX Carried as we go into the left-hander before the cheese bridge. It was a cheese bridge. It now says Speedville. I'm not sure I'm feeling the speed anymore though. We're going around this carousel here, and Carried's just gone. Carried has decided today's lunch is gapple sauce, and he's not letting off. This might be a murder, ladies and gentlemen. We might have to dial the authorities. It is not looking good for our boy here, Scallywag. See if I can get some tickers going here. Okay, there's a lot of cool stuff here. Looks like no FRR applied, because that one thing that Carried did earlier definitely would have gotten an FRR, because we all know how reliable FRR is. Now let's keep the map on. Is there any... Okay, looks like we're at cosmetic damage. Oh wait, that's great actually. We can see the distance from the leader. Alright, wait, that's kind of sick. Alright, so as the end of lap 1 is upon us, we are at a 2.7 second gap. Let's see if Scallywag is just sandbagging and putting Carried into a sense of complacency here. Entering turn 1. Let's take a look at Scallywag's driving. Decent entry into turn 1. Looks like he didn't get a good exit though, because he hit too much of the inside curb. Exiting. So the gap's now come down to 2.1. That is 0.6 of a second, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of viewers in the chat asking if this man is short shifting. Let's find out. What is it? 5.7k or is it 6.7? I forget these things. Oh, he is not short shifting. Oh my god, he is going in raw, ladies and gentlemen. That just shows how much talent that this guy has. He's not even shifting properly, and he's still able to bring the... Oh, and he's gone off at the exit. That is so tragic. Oh my god. Yo, it's not Jover though for our boy Scallywag. Oh, no, he just went deep. It might be Jover now. Commentator's curse. I am so sorry. Oh my god, you can barely even see him on the screen. The distance has now climbed to 3 seconds. Thanks, Phoenix, for saying my voice is silky. Although I don't agree, I will gladly take the compliment any time of the week. Gap rising out to 700 feet, which translates to 3 seconds. Although, given that we could barely see Carried because my PC will not render him any more than a couple of pixels, that's looking a little more than 3.5 seconds there. As we go around into the left kink before Canada corner. I was gonna make a Logitech Joel, but I guess you beat me to it. So we're just gonna roll with it. Little rough on the last turn there. As just make a correction for going deep, not hugging the apex. Carried putting a whole second on this lap. I'm still under the belief personally that Scallywag might pull out a shocker here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, never mind. Somehow the gap's risen to 4.7. Oh, the ticker is bugging. Oh, man. Okay. Maybe we ride on board with Carried. Because I think we've seen enough of Scallywag's driving. Now let's... Oh, he is short shifted. You could even hear it in the telemetry. Carried, not holding anything back. I can't hop on his driver cam, but... If I'm Carried looking to see where Scallywag is, well, this is the view that would come up on my screen. He's not even using the engine braking, he's just on his Saturday drive here. I think he knows. Oh, his Scallywag goes wide on the exit. Oh my goodness, you'd think he was all the way in Michigan with where he was going through that corner. I'm not sure how to connect it with Discord. Or, I was almost getting Discord and live chat mixed up in my brain. Maybe that just shows where I'm at on this fine Saturday afternoon. 1 o'clock my time. Carried holding a beautiful line through the carousel. Let's get the ticker back up here. Well, obviously the distance from the leader is 0 feet because he is the leader. Scallywag now dropping back to 5.8. The gap is almost, well, I don't think it's double, but we're getting pretty close to double the gap from the previous lap, ladies and gentlemen. That is a mighty lap time difference that we're seeing. Now over 6 seconds before we're even into Canada corner. Phoenix saying what's exactly on my mind here with the stop, he's already dead meme. I'm not... Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, earlier, we might have to call the authorities on this one. This is a murder. We are witnessing a murder right here. Scallywag looking like he's taking the optimal line through the last turn, using the rumble strip as Carried goes on to the final lap. He might pull a Nigel Mansell here and just start celebrating early, or he might just go for the head. Into turn 1, and Carried runs a little wide to be very critical of his driving here. Any mistake that he makes now, Scallywag might just capitalize on it. Going through turn 2 here, looked a little nervous getting on that throttle as the rear was sliding out. Gap at 6.999 seconds. Oh, it goes down a little bit. Looks like Scallywag did find some... Oh, never mind. I totally lied. Nope, it is past 7 seconds. Scallywag might be... Oh, he's slowing down! He is pulling a Nigel Mansell! Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen! What are we looking at here? Carried here doing his best Tom Brady impression by trying to throw almost. You'd almost think he turned off the line in the middle of the race. It's the gap coming down to 5.5 seconds. Oh my goodness. We might have to hop on board with our boy Scallywag here. He might be feeling a second wind coming along. Braking at the Corvette board. I think with engine braking he make it, but oh, he just didn't make it there. Gap coming down to 4.8. This might be a tight one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if FRR is applied. I don't think it is, no, so... I don't know who would benefit from that, but judging by the off-tracks, I'd say our boy in second place here might count his stars a little lucky that there are no FRR. Oh, he just completely misses the kink! Oh my goodness! That just completely triggered my OCD. Not an optimal line through there. Oh, he's just eating that curb like Cookie Monster, going for the cookie jar. We got 2 corners to go. Carried only has 1 though, and I can't even see Carried on my screen right now from Scallywag's perspective. Let's go through Canada corner. We're gonna hop on board with who looks like they will be our winner with a gap of 4.2 seconds. Although it looked like he was doing a little bit of a celebratory dance across this final lap. We got VNX Carried as the winner, and coming in a very humble second place, 4.144 seconds behind is Mr. Scallywag. Please, someone correct me on my math. My brain has clearly gotten to mush over the years, and I can't do that quick math anymore. I thank you, everyone, for complimenting me on my commentary skills. I think this will be my new profession going forward. Was it really an 8-second difference per lap? I might need to review that in the race results. Oh my goodness me! Well, it wasn't quite 8 seconds to be pedantic. It was 7.931. But if we're rounding up, yeah, that's around 8 seconds a lap. I don't know then how the gap was only 4 seconds of race time. I guess Carried just kept making mistakes or something. I'm no mathematician. But that is, I believe, a GG's all around. So now as we go back into the lobby, we're going to see if our boy Scallywag here wants a redo. I don't know. If I was Scallywag, I feel like I had more on the table to offer personally. But that's just me, being in that perspective. What do I know? Now, how about this new Aston, ladies and gentlemen, in the game? Personally, fan favorite of mine. I already asked for a buddy to make a livery. I can't wait to use that in hoppers as I'm just absolutely pile driving the crap out of everyone else. I mean, it's got such a chonk of a front end. There's just no way, like, it's over for anyone who's, like, in front of me. This thing is basically a built-in battering ram. So now as we all turn our attention to the GT discussion channel in Forzaverse, we are seeing RSR Requise and SDW Blasian typing. There are nothing from the competitors yet. I haven't seen any semblance of a GG. Oh my goodness, Blasian with something that I definitely cannot repeat on stream. That would just be heinous to do so. Maybe we can pull in our racers into a post-race interview. You know what? Let's do that. Carried, get in a call with me, or party with me. Hold up. Where's Carried? VNX Carried. Oh, I don't even have him added. Cooked. All right, let's get our race winner here in a call real quick before we sign off on this monumentous 1v1. I think, ladies and gentlemen, this is the way to move forward with our Forza beef. Settle it on the track. Oh, come on, Carried, please join. I want this stream to last longer than 13 minutes. Retro Burst saying best 2 out of 3. You know what? I agree with that. One race to decide it all? Nah, that ain't it. That's cringe. Actually, you know what I can do in the meantime? Let's pull up some sound. Let's pull up some soundboard. I want to pull up my soundboard real quick, actually. Does the soundboard work while I stream? Let's find out. You know what? We're gonna find out. Oh, it's going to Spa, ladies and gentlemen. It's not Jover. Oh no, soundpad may not be configured correctly. Okay, no, that looks fine. Alright, let's see if this works.
Dude, this car's ass!
Alright, chat, let me know if that worked, please. Because otherwise, we're about to make this 20 times more entertaining than the last race. Oh, I don't have they're eating the dogs. Dan, if you could quickly just slide that one into my DMs and I'll add that. What else do I have on this?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And that also takes out Hot Pockets.
Alright, wait, hold on. Let me... Yeah, I might need to add some more sound bites here. I'm a little low on the sound bites. Let's see what we got. We got some Lego Yoda death. Oh, I wonder who that was. Uh-oh. Do I even have a Control A on my soundboard? I don't. Oh, I like this one personally.
Yeah,
Actually, no. There's no. I don't want to play that one. Actually, never mind. We are not playing that one on stream. We're not letting that one play out fully. Alright, so we're at Spa. I think they're waiting for me to spectate. I've just been falling asleep looking at this soundboard, ladies and gentlemen. But now, rest assured, this race will be enhanced with sound bites as we go through the race. Sorry, Carried. I wanted to invite you for an interview post-race, but I guess you didn't want to come in. As we get started here, oh my goodness, we're in a totally different car class now. This doesn't look like a GT car to me. As we go into La Source, oh my god, Scallywag's taking the lead! Oh my goodness! Scallywag's cooking up, boys! Who let this man cook? He started second, he is now in first. Oh my god, as they go up, All Rouge Carried is just a dirty driver. He just completely cut Ratty on there. I might need to call on the stewards for some adjudication there. As we go up the Camel into Lake Home now, Scallywag still holding the lead ahead of Carried. Carried must have not mentally adjusted to the speed of the F1 cars. Oh, and then Scallywag just completely fumbles Lake Home in Malmedy. Oh my god! This man's Tom Brady'd it! As we go through the hairpin and Carried has just decided to... Oh! What a slide! Exiting the hairpin as we go into No Name! Looks like Scallywag here making up some time as we go down into Puhan. I think that's how you say it. I got roasted once for calling it Pohan instead of Puhan. Me personally, I think calling it Puhan sounds a little stupid, but I'm not Belgian. Got Fenye 1 and 2 out here. Carried leading the way. We're going to hop on board with our leader right now because he is just showing some exemplary driving at the moment. Looks like TCS is disabled, which I guess would explain why some people are a little cautious with the right foot there. Looks like Scallywag may have gotten ahead of himself there as he was celebrating a bit too early. He thought the race ended after a quarter of a lap. Turns out he's got 4 laps, which is the reciprocal. So we go into the bus stop to end the first lap. Not much separating between the two, but it looks like Scallywag getting a bit of understeer as he just completely chops that curb. He thinks he's a hungry hippo, but it turns out he's a Lotus F1 car from the 70s. Going into La Source again for the second time. Carried getting a pretty optimal line, I'd say. Or, oh my goodness, what on earth was that exit? Carried not on the throttle enough, and then it looks like Scallywag a little too early on the throttle. Let's go up Radion here. Is he going to die? No, it looks like he's got some temperature into those tires. Scallywag maybe pulling some lines that we've seen from Toro Enduro's past. Not naming any names, I'm sure you guys can fill in the blanks for me. Carried with an optimal line through Lake Home. We're going to hop on board with Scallywag here. He is not struggling, ladies and gentlemen. He is definitely putting on a much better performance this time. He wants to keep this alive and bring it into round 3. He knows he's got more in him. We want to see more. Oh, and he's showing us everything. Maybe a little too much as the rear just completely lets out. But he's trying to lock in it, ladies and gentlemen. He is trying to do his best Lando Norris impression, or maybe that's not who you want to impersonate in this kind of a scenario here, because I think if he were to, unfortunately, we'd be ending the stream at the end of this race. I think this is not the first time in the recent weeks that we've seen this track on a stream. I think there was a little race that happened last week. Couple of mishaps going on in that race, whether it be on the organizational side or on the commentary side, but it's in the past. No FRR though enabled. I wonder if some drivers will start to wonder if that could play to their advantage or not. Looks like Scallywag there not taking the optimal line through the bus stop. I feel like I've been riding on the optimal line joke a little too hard here, so I might need to just change it up a little bit. Oh, as he goes so deep, he thinks he's Roman Grosjean from 2011, or 12, sorry. Recalling historical facts while commentating is a lot harder than it seems. Scallywag just taking an absolutely brave line through All Rouge there. Decided he wanted to become a lawnmower. Gap now up to 2.5 I think at this point in the last race it was up to like 3.8, so he's definitely doing a better job on this time around. I don't know what the combos were determined by, if we're doing a team wars style where one person chooses one and the other chooses the other, but I would definitely say our boy Scallywag here looks a little more comfortable. Didn't let the rear slide out this time through that hairpin. Oh, and as I say that, well, it's over. I don't know anymore. I call it and it happens. I spoke it into existence. I am so sorry, Scallywag. That is all my fault. And now as Carried here starts to fade away, he's only becoming a few pixels on my poor PC here. That is not NASA approved, I'm afraid. Maybe with the support of you guys in the chat, that could change. Not likely though. Unless I actually continue a career in commentary, which would be hilarious. We're not on board with Carried though. We need to watch some quality driving. Total bravery there to take Blanchimont flat. Going into the bus stop. So we look to start the final lap of this race. Look at, oh, and now he decides to become a hungry hippo through the last chicane. Struggling there without the TC. There's a safety net. Best lap here, 159.158. That was done on the previous lap. I did not know these cars could hit 209 miles an hour, but that is a very cool fact. I'd love to commentate for Toro Razor. That was always my dream. I'm sure we will have quality times if I get to do the night stream on a Toro Enduro. So by all means, please, if you're enjoying this stream, advocate for your boy. I will do my best to represent the people when it comes to the Toro Enduro streams, because we all know we need entertainment. Oh, it's Carried. Lucky there's no FRR there. That looked a bit naughty. Scallywag might have come out with a second wind. Is it too late though? Oh, never mind. The ticker just totally deceived me. Gap was down to 2.7, then just decided to rebound like a trampoline back up to 3.5. I don't know why it says the text is yellow on the 209. Maybe our boy Scallywag here has done a better top speed. Let's find out. Scallywag with a lap time that is unfortunately 9/10 off. He has not broken the 2-minute flats. But it looks like he has taken the top speed record from Carried, so he will probably be walking away feeling pretty good about himself that he can get a higher top speed than VNX Carried. I haven't checked if stock tunes are enforced or not. Not that it would work anyway, right? As we go on to the final back straight here, you have absolutely my full permission to upload this onto YouTube, Phoenix. This would be great publicity. Let's go hop on board with our leader as he enters the final bus stop. Or I think he's already gone through it because I'm just that. Oh no, he hasn't even gone through it. Oh my goodness, he wants it to go into the last round. He's just completely sold. Or maybe he hasn't. Oh my god, he's just double faked us out. And he's just completely rinsed it on the finish line. Scallywag pulling it out by a margin of 1.268 seconds. It didn't matter that Carried was over a second a lap faster. Never mind the fact that Carried clearly sold. It just looked like he couldn't handle the TC. That was clearly the problem. That was clearly the difference maker here. And I think with that, that is race 2 over. A very close one, a lot more entertaining than the last one. Never count Scallywag out. I was saying that. He looked comfortable on this one. We're going to round 3, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know what combo round 3 will be. I was not informed, unfortunately. But I guess we will all find out together. Because that's what this is about. Family and friendship. We all are in this together. I'm agreeing with the chat here, guys. I think Scallywag needs a signing. Unfortunately, SDW is a little filled on spots, though, so someone else is going to have to... I'm unfortunately going to have the talent go somewhere else. Alright, Road Atlanta. I don't know who chose this godforsaken combo. I guess Yokohama's the one making the combos today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at what car they're in. Oh, wait, are they still in the Lotus? Are they going to do the Lotus here? Surely not. If they do the Lotus here, I think it's going to be a bloodbath. And I don't know what weather we're looking at here. It looks like it's about to just absolutely pour on this track. Who knows, maybe they put it to variable weather. Maybe we're in for a very dramatic race here, F1 style. Just full weather changing. Oh, no, and they chose the Acura. Oh, my lordy. Not at this track. Looks like Scallywag is not on board with this pick, ladies and gentlemen. And I gotta say, I think he has a point here. If I saw Road Atlanta and I saw that Acura, I would have my own reservations, because that Acura, I don't know how many of you have driven it, but it is, I mean, I have an Acura MDX in real life. I love it, but this thing does not drive like that at all. So people in chat here giving their suggestions for what cars to drive. I don't have Forzaverse pulled up. I'm going to pull it up on my phone here just to see what the people are looking for. See if I need to ready up. I'll just mark myself for spectate as they sort out. Oh, they're going with the Toyota Eagle. They're going for the Grip Monster. I think I had a Hot Wheels of this car actually when I was little. Toyota, I think it's no longer the P-Class meta from what I'm hearing. Some developments coming out of the Forzaverse community chat earlier this week about rivals and fuel changing. Not sure what that was all about. Maybe someone will have to fill me in later. Yeah, it looks like if Scallywag's ready, which he just is, we will get going with the third, final, deciding race of this series. Yeah, Valkyrie, if I had the Trump They're Eating the Dogs voiceover, I would totally play that right now. Instead, you have to deal with.
Dude, this car's ass.
And.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Which I didn't use at all in the last race. I totally got carried away because Scallywag was putting up a fight. I will try and do my best to insert those voiceovers whenever they are necessary. What's this one again? That's the Lego Yoda, and then...
Mixed race couple.
Oh wait, no, we can't play that one. Oh nope, we can't play that one either. My B. Alright, I don't know what Carried's waiting for. He was giving me the hurry up on the last time. I got 3 messages. Nope, none of them is for, none of them is from Carried, so maybe Carried's decided he could take it a little easier with the time schedule here. I'm just waiting for my Aston livery, to be honest. I'm actually pretty excited that they brought this car into the game. When y'all see the livery for this thing, I'll make sure to post it. It's pretty sick. It's inspired by a friend, I'll put it that way. But yeah, super excited for this Aston to be in the game. This was pretty sick. Albeit the challenge hub could have come a little sooner. Could have come just a little bit sooner. But hey, it's here now. No more losing 5 hours of our lives just to grab a pretty sick car for hoppers and leagues and stuff. Scallywag saying he's the betting favorite, obviously, in Forzaverse. I think that was a bit facetious of him. So I think he knows he's actually the underdog, but we're gonna give him we're gonna give him that motivation he needs to do this third and final race, ladies and gentlemen. I think he needs that little bit of a push. I think with a little bit of motivation, this man could pull off an upset. Green here admitting in my chat that he was too petrified to race Scallywag. Breaking headlines coming out of my chat. Not sure what we're waiting on here from Carried. Might have to... Did chuck him a party invite earlier. He has not taken that party invite though, which is a little, I'm a little offended personally. Looks like we got some wagers going on in Forzaverse. I don't know if that's legal or not in that server. I know some servers strictly forbid gambling and God forbid if you're a gambling addict, that would not look great. Alright, Carried, what are we waiting on here, bro? Is anyone able to get in touch with him? He said he is tired. Oh no. Then why did he bring it to round 3? If he's tired, he could have just ended it all. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm kind of running out of stuff to say here, so I'm gonna need some content here to run with. I didn't exactly think I was actually gonna do this as of 20 minutes ago, but well, here I am. I feel like that guy from the snail game, or it was the snail games, right? Where like it was like the yellowfish is in the booth. Is like, oh really? I'm not actually the commentator. I'm just a spectator. The door was open. That's what it feels like right now. My thoughts on P-Class Rivals. Well, there was a time when I did P-Class Rivals. I think those times are long gone. If the meta changes, in my personal opinion, I don't think it matters too much, but I do think there is a sense, I think there's a point to be said, in all seriousness, about how prototypes are meant for P-Class and then F1 cars are meant for X-Class, and then when you start to mix those lines, it's kind of like, what's the point of even separating the two? So, yeah, I think there is something to be said. I mean, I think, this should have all been sorted from the start of the game, with the PI system as well as the rival settings. That's the first thing, and then the second thing is just, I think the fact that it's mid-game as well kind of catches people a little off guard. You know, people have already put in a decent investment of time into their rivals. For them to kind of just switch it up and render it almost useless, you know, you got to feel a bit there, right? I mean, I think, you know, people can still take pride in their old laps that they put together prior to the update, but, you know, how much does pride really account for at the end of the day? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure what the holdup here is. I think Carried just needs to press a couple buttons. He needs to just do his thing with the controller, and then we're all good, and then he can go back to bed. I'm not sure what weird sleep schedule Carried is on, but I am aware that he is indeed something of a nocturnal human being, I think is the right word for it. Scallywag in Forzaverse saying that Carried has a lot of potential and a lot to learn. It's very nice of you, Scallywag. Credit to you, man. You're being a very good sport. That's what this is all about. Sportsmanship and friendship. I almost forgot what Rivals was like in the last game, to be honest. I think people were more worried about the division boards, which wasn't even Rivals at that point, right? That was more just leaderboarding, free play, and hoppers, because you actually could use hopper times in a free play or in a regular board. A lot of people, I think, have been whispering, though, if division boards came back, that would, yeah, Valkyrie exactly saying what I was going to, which is that they need to be back. I think it'd be pretty cool. I mean, we got the occasional one here and there. We have the GT3 board at Spa now. Haven't taken a good look at it. Maybe we'll do that right after this race, or maybe in a couple minutes if this race never gets kicked off, which is looking like at this rate, because to be honest, I really would like some lunch here. And Carried, I don't know what he's waiting on. I'm gonna give him the old spam the ready button. Signal to this man, it's time to get going. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. He has just confirmed to us he is back, which means we should be getting underway very shortly at a very cloudy road Atlanta. The clouds are looming, giving us a very ominous feeling. Potential omens for the race result? Question mark. Get underway with the launch countdown. That's when the nerves start to kick in. Need to give us a little bit extra though. Unfortunately, the spectate will be behind. I think our drivers in real time have gotten going, though. We'll need to see the results of that in a bit whenever it pulls up. Carried starting from first again. I don't know if that's fair, guys. Carried has started first all 3 races. This doesn't feel very fair to me. Carried using all of the road on turn. Oh my goodness, Scallywag's just absolutely rinsed him through turn 1. He's doing the same thing he did at Spa. Oh, and then he just completely poos on the second corner. It's like he just laid an egg. Very brave drivers here using those curves. We all know those curves are very dangerous as Carried goes into the sand. He thinks it's a beach day. But unfortunately, summer is over, and Scallywag has taken the lead by a resounding whole second. This is a huge upset, ladies and gentlemen. He just needs to survive 3.5 more laps as Scallywag also decides to take a beach trip. Guys, summer was a couple weeks ago. The beaches are closed now. Memorial Day is over. Or not Memorial Day, Labor Day. I always get those mixed up personally. I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but I always get Labor Day and Memorial Day mixed up. But that might just be because I'm a little stupid. Anyway, we're towards the end of lap 1 here as we go into the bus stop. Scallywag here, doing his best to throw off Carried here. Scallywag might have the mental advantage. He's using the ghosting to his advantage to throw off Carried's line. We end lap 1. Scallywag taking a lead, and ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if Carried needs to start dialing up the finna here. We might need some finna dialing up if Carried doesn't want to lose. It's not looking good. Oh, as Scallywag gets thrown by the curb, he keeps it alive. His hopes are still alive as we go to the bottom of the hill. I think Vanquish called it a downhill left one time. I mean, I don't know on what planet that's downhill, but it must be a very interesting planet. It's now Carried as Uno reversed that gap. From just a little bit earlier, gap sitting around a second. Scallywag. Now, I know we're ghosted, but I have been hearing some whispers that there is a bit of some draft and air wash going on in ghosted lobbies, so we'll see if that comes into play. Almost halfway through this 3rd and final race here as we go through the chicken. Very tricky things. I heard there's a nasty bump on the inside curb for the initial part. Scallywag looking a little frizzled there. I think if I lost the lead like that quickly, I would be too. Pray that comment doesn't come to bite me in the ass one day's time. As they go through the tricky and very perilous section known as the S section, with some curbs that have not really been doing a good job of making some friends lately. I think they're kind of like me in terms of they can really make a bad impression on some people. Scallywag, though, holding it together, brought that gap down by a couple of tenths. Didn't look like the most optimal line, although that corner is a little awkward on this game, so gap now under a second. It could be decided by the curbs. That may ultimately what this comes down to. I'm tired of the gap switching. I didn't realize it did that. That's dumb. We're gonna stick it on the interval here. Scallywag keeping him honest though. It's honestly we've ever seen the gap 6/10. We haven't seen a gap larger than 1 second as of late. I think Scallywag has the fastest lap, 12.5. Oh, commentators curse again. I am so sorry, Scallywag. I apologize. I feel responsible for that one. That's my fault. I just completely screwed it for you, buddy. Whoopsie daisy. Well, guys, what was looking like to be a climactic finale to this whole saga, well, it's all just curtains. It's all curtains. I mean, the gap is now 1.5, and it's literally just a chicane and then one of the easiest turns on the track. I don't think really there's any divine intervention here that can come in the way of Carried and his victory. He's got one hand on the trophy. His team leader, Zach the One, making some comments in the chat here, encouraging his driver. as Carried goes through the final set of turns, gap at 2.2. Unless Scallywag's got some grip hacks here to just absolutely blitz the last section, I don't think it's going to make a difference because VNX Carried is our winner of not only the third and final race, but of the entire series altogether. Phoenix saying that there is retribution in that result. Scallywag comes home a humble second, 2.1 seconds behind. Only a 4/10 difference in the lap times. That was unironically a close race, and I don't know if that was because Carried felt like he had more in the tank or if Scallywag was just genuinely giving him a run, but that was definitely... I almost wonder if we had a couple more races. Scallywag looking way more warmed up now in the hands than he did on that first race. That first race he just looked a little out of his zone. Wasn't quite the barn burner of a race we were looking for. This, however, this was. Now I don't know why the weather symbol has some little lightning bolts next to it. I didn't see any lightning bolts, but I'm no weatherman. I know we have a weatherman in the chat somewhere. Oh, and Scallywag immediately leaving the lobby. I think that means that our festivities have come to an end. VNX Carried is your winner of this 1v1. The weatherman saying he's off today. It looks like the substitute weatherman or woman has just clearly done a poor job of deciding what the weather forecast is. I would be sending some pretty angry emails to that person if I was living in that area. Let's take a look at that rivals board real quick though for that GT3 board I brought up because I'm curious. RZM Valkyrie in the NSX. Got a couple of NSXs going on here with Octavio nipping at the heels in the Merc. That would have been my choice personally because that Merc is a beast. LES Calvin in third, also in the Merc, not too far behind. Got an RDE guy. Well, it's a good thing this board isn't for money because I'm not sure he'd be getting that money. Got Mystical Mike here. Doesn't look like he spelled Mike the right way, but we're just going to roll with it. Then our boy RZM Desi here with some TCS is a very interesting assist choice there. Not throwing any opinions out. And then the Sterilizer in third or in seventh with the caddy, our top caddy. Then we got quite a few Acuras here. We're going to look for that top Audi that Green is requesting. See an Avanti of Aston, albeit not the one that I like. Audi, Audi, where are you? I am not seeing an Audi. I've seen a Ferrari even. I'm not sure Carried wants to do an interview. JJ is your fastest Audi at a 219.2, which is unfortunately quite a few ways off the pace there. The Audi might be cooked, ladies and gentlemen. It's Jover for the Audi. Skip through quite a few names here. Excuse me. Looks like GSR Europa putting the Huracan up there. We got SK Mago R in the Lexus. Is this guy not a cheater? I thought I've seen stuff that Grim is a cheater. Am I tripping, or is that a different Grim? Maybe that's a different Grim I'm thinking of. Sorry if I just called you out as being a cheater when you're not. Let's take a look at the other boards though before we head off. We got a bonus stage for the Logitech Challenge. Don't know who watched the APAC finals this morning. THR Lags being your winner, and I think LS Goki was your second place after close in points with Krav, but winning out on the race time carry or on the race time counter. Thank you, Carried, for the follow. You will receive one back as well. On your Logitech bonus, Scottson and Vanquish at the front. I don't think that's any of a shocker for those familiar with the X-Class and P-Class boards. VNX Sabino not too far behind with Milk. And then Desi, your Maple Valley enthusiast, up there in fifth. And then before we head off to cap off a very, what I hope was entertaining stream that may end up on Phoenix's YouTube. We got JSR Vanquish here putting in a brilliant time, 47.9, the first into the 147s. Homie JJ, I don't know who the heck that is, but fair play for getting second on the board. I hope he's not cheating. HYR Shorty in third, and then my teammate in fourth, SDW Yokohama with a 48.292. Looks like you got some work to do there, buddy. Zoom with the leading the Brazilian contingent with FRF Crazy behind him. I don't know who that is. I've never seen that name before, but sounds like he's a little crazy. Well, guys, I think with that, I'm going to call this stream. I'm kind of hungry. I'm kind of digging some lunch. And I also just don't have anything else to present right now, so unfortunately, this is where we call it. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, what may be the start of my streaming journey. I really appreciate it. You'll have a lovely and beautiful day.